Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. This is literally one of those. I wasn't about to make a video. I was about to go to bed within the next couple hours, and I seen within the media sphere that Pierce Morgan pulled. I forget that guy's name. It was a movie where he was a newscaster or being interviewed by the news, and he told him just the white guy told him it's so unfair that we can't say the N word, and there's such a barrier between language, and that's racist that you all can say it and we can't. And the black guy told him, or the African American guy told him to say it, to say it. Well, I guess Pierce Morgan pulled that last night, and he had a guy on there named the panel. From what I know, is that Caucasian girl who recently like cursed out a little kid and was calling him the N word on the playground. This Myron guy who I guess is Sudanese, but saying he's like African American. He's in a lot of panels talking about African Americans like dogging us. And then Mark Lamont Hill and Pierce Morgan. There was another girl there, but I don't know what her name is. I didn't research that much. And so basically the girl was saying, the Caucasian girl, and I'm going to get on white tears in a second because I can't take it anymore. And I'm going to explain why I don't let trolls hurt me anymore and why I don't get excited about this kind of shit anymore. Well, basically after what I've seen in my lifetime, it's hard for me to even take people serious. Like knowing how sick the world is in terms of like starving people to death, like slaves and what they do to women and even poor men, just and the molestings and pedophilia, just everything in the world that exists. When somebody comes up to me and like complains or cries about certain things, automatically, I'm just being honest, the inside voice starts like laughing at them. It's like, ha 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 ha. All these Palestinian children bombed and they can't, and they're crying about their keys. Ha 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 ha. All these little African children starving and have been colonized and murdered by these Europeans and all these poor Europeans and orphans just being treated like shit and people in European countries who are humble getting treated like shit, and these rich people are stock market. So that's why when like, first of all, when this story came out about her calling this child the N word, if you're somebody like me, stuff like that doesn't, like, dude, I'm not saying it's not wrong, but it's like if you get to be a certain age, you know how some of these people get down. I say some of these people because I don't make total blanket statements. They're dumb. Like, I'll give you an example. Before I get to the example, so the girl went around cursing out this child, right? So like all these, I'm just gonna call them anti-black spaces for whatever reason. Maybe you had a bad experience with a black person. Maybe you're a racist. Maybe you're terrified and a xenophobic of like the world changing. I don't know. But when this Caucasian girl called this child, these words, the Hodge twins, Candace Owens, Terrell K. Williams, Myron, everybody, you know, all the conservative media, all these people came out attacking, defending her. If I remember correctly, they said this woman ended up raising $250,000, $500,000 on GoFundMe because her life got ruined for her little rant and what she did to that child. So I'm just telling y'all what I hear and see in these articles because I can try to live my everyday life and it'll just pop up everywhere. So then Pierce Morgan, I guess, brought her on the show. Now, the reason why Pierce Morgan is a fucking monkey, a clown, a dumb fucking ape without the unawareness to become a human is because I don't know how many times I've seen him have people of Zionist origin on his show and won't say certain things. And is terrified to say certain things. These Arabic people get on his show defending Palestine. Oh, Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, blah, 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 blah. Dude, you're a fucking monkey. Shut the fuck up about free speech. So then, back to the point at hand. So Pierce Morgan tells this Caucasian woman to say the N word on camera. Here's why Pierce Morgan is a fucking idiot. Once you get her to say that on camera, then you're going to have all these sheep monkeys. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Look, the N-word's okay. And I'm going to explain why. Mark Lamont Hill's response was extremely appropriate. If you look at Mark Lamont Hill and say, well, they say it in the rap songs. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, they say it to each other. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You all used to say it to us and cut our penises off. You all used to say it to us and hang us from trees. If you don't understand why African Americans don't want Caucasians saying the N-word, you're a fucking retard. I do not talk bad about people with disabilities and mental illnesses and psychological disabilities. Mental retardation is a word, right? So let me figure this out. You all want us to respect pronouns of people who change their sexes. You all want us to talk to women like we have sense. You all want us to not disrespect Trump, right? But have no respect for anybody else. So let me gather my thoughts, because the comments are even funnier. The comments were saying black people are racist because, see, I'm sorry, I'm going to laugh. And I know you guys take this so seriously. The comments are saying black people are racist and are saying that black people are oppressing white people because we can do whatever we want. Like, I can't make this up. So this is why I don't take none of this seriously, man. Like, people, my friend a long time ago was talking about race on my page. You can try, but dude, what are you doing? If I was Mark Lamont Hill, I wouldn't have said shit. I would have sat back and watched it play out, right? You got this dude from the Sudanese who's next to him talking about, I'm African American, I love white people. That if you get to watch Myron for whatever reason, this guy I'm talking about, holy fuck. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't let these people get to me no more. Some of them are fucking crazy. And if you leave from up here in the temple and come down and deal with these people, they're going to rend you like they're God pig, God man, God pig. They're fucking crazy. Piers Morgan, after all the tap dancing he just did for Zionism, has a lot of nerve to tell people about free speech. The Caucasian woman complaining about free speech called somebody a racial slur and got $500,000. Like, I can say nigga all day long and I won't get a dime. Like, the rappers you see rapping aren't black people or the black community. They're paid by people to talk fucking stupid. You guys probably don't know any smart African Americans for real, because the only time you deal with us is when you're pissing us the fuck off. Can you imagine somebody comes up to you, you've been working on a job for 10, 15 years. Hard-working son of a bitch. You know your trade. Stay off my grass, trade. I'm sorry. These people get offended over lawns, but mock slavery, racism, and murder. Like, So go to their job, get hired at their job, and tell them how to do their fucking job, especially as a black person. And watch how offended they get. Go up to them and explain them racism. And watch how they won't be aware to racism, but will play mental fucking gymnastics, play around in a circle, and then call you a reverse racist because they can't do certain things. They understand everything perfectly. It's a fucking joke. But in the midst of my joking and realizing something, I said to myself, I said, Lord, and Lord said, stop. And I was thinking about what Dan told me about God, like how God can't be mocked and we're forced to worship him and don't realize it or else we'll be destroyed. And that's when I realized, dude, like, you don't get mad at people, man. I mean, if you're trying to defend somebody for okay. But if somebody is, so I'm gonna give you an example. Life is about logic, wisdom, understanding, trying to build and grow. If you and everybody around you is trolling so bad that you're mocking people in oppression, like for fun, I'm an edgelord. I don't have to, there's no fighting you. You're destroying yourself. People read these comments in 2 threads. You have like, Greece was so amazing, wrong. We have the writings. Y'all are on web pages. You won't be around to defend yourselves. So Myron, who's tap dancing, bro, what community? The racists already don't like you. The blacks are going to excommunicate you. You're going to be seen like a fucking clown in history. Everybody, Piers Morgan, dude. I can't believe this is why I say I don't bother with it. It don't bother me. I don't get upset. I laugh at you motherfuckers. It's comedy to me. Because the Piers Morgan and the people on that panel, one thing. But it's the people, the sheep that I continually tell y'all about, that when y'all open the door and do this dumb shit, these dumb fucking humans without no intellect or wisdom or knowledge, because they have been enslaved since birth to be fucking stupid, go off and do the dumbest shit. So, whatever, man. Y'all think this shit funny? I've told y'all over and over. Y'all love trolling black people and talking about people of different cultures. Y'all don't know what's happening in Africa right now. All you Europeans that just got so much to say in America's about Africa, our nation's the best, the Middle East is trash, blah, blah, blah. Y'all are hanging on by a thread because of the resources you get from Africa and the Middle East. Your farmers and everybody are plummeting, and your civilization is turning into trash. I don't argue with Trump supporters, dude. It was an interview of Trump interviewing somebody after his first 100 days. And Trump, he said, everything's going great. Everything's great. We're losing 5 million a day, or 5 billion a day, 5 billion a day. Then for some reason it went to 100 billion out of nowhere. He kept saying everything's great. Then they said, do you know when? No, how am I supposed to know that? Then he said, with his lifeblood, soon it's going to be good. But you just snapped at her for asking when. I don't argue with Trump supporters. Do y'all? Y'all are the funniest trolls. You're winning. Your descendants are going to fucking clown you all. You all talk about the intelligence and how all these other countries are dumb, but y'all don't understand free will and consequences. Y'all are mocking African Americans and acting a nut right now, right? And but when your civilization falls, it's gonna make it so fucking funny. I'm telling y'all. So, Hodge twins at it again, talking about I see nonstop videos. The whole video, they're all attacking Mark Lamont Hill for getting upset for telling her not to say the N-word on television. Europe is 11% of the world's population. America even less than that. I'm telling y'all, the other 90% is making change. Even European countries are turning on you all. And when this shit happens, France, Ukraine, all these countries, Russia's cutting off fuel because of this Ukrainian war. China's already half done with y'all and destroying y'all economically right now. And this is why Trump's brain dead and why you people follow him. The reason why your products are even still affordable and you all aren't dead yet is because China's making shit cheap. Then after China makes it cheap, the American retailers and the European retailers mark it up 1,000%. Nothing in America is special. Nothing in Europe is special. If you do a little research, those were putrid countries full of disease and nastiness. You all colonized it using war and guns and killing people for no reason. And now that it looks a certain way, you all are like, look at us, we're the best. Those N-words. Y'all are in for a rude awakening. And outside of anything that happens on this planet, every single day, do you know why they keep talking about global warming? Humans won't be able to do anything. Humans drop 2 nukes and the planet is still thriving. More nukes than that testing. You people have a weird way of coping. So this is what's happening. The sun is a yellow dwarf. It is continually turning into a red giant. Before it turns into a red giant, it's going to become a fucking giant yellow dwarf. The people who can survive on this planet right now can go up in the cold areas and survive in the sun and continually evolve with the further radiation that's happening. We don't need SPF 5, 10, 50, 20, 9,000. So outside of whatever you think you're doing right now, eventually you're going to be wearing aluminum fucking foil while other people are naturally walking around because you already can't work in the sun because you can get skin cancer terribly. Keep it up. I am patient. It's all a fucking joke to me. And you all look fucking ridiculous. You all this Pope shit going around. Who's going to be the next Pope? Oh, Francis was so nice. He was a rich fucking billionaire. So nice. What about all these poor, nice people helping people every day y'all don't give a shit about? But the things y'all are worried about is Pierce Morgan telling somebody to say the N-word. And then y'all are calling the African American on the panel a racist and a bigot. Keep fighting with these people if you want. That's why I don't act. You guys probably see my videos. My girl does this. You guys probably see my videos and think, oh, he's such a religious person. He's trying to walk on water, talk to church. I don't do none of that. I wake up, live my life, feed my cats, take care of my family, go to work, and continue. And verily talk to the very few people that's willing to hear what I have to say spiritually. About 90% of my conversation is fleshly, worldly things. My girl every day, knowing the type of videos I make, will sit in my ear and go, "You just getting more and more religious every day. You and your spirituality and your God and Jesus videos." Like, anybody that watches me know how fucking nuts that sounds, right? And knows how she sounds like an agent for the Matrix, causing me discomfort for no reason. That's how most of humanity is. They're like robots set on repeat. So, you guys do what you're going to do. The people who are nuts, white, purple, green, black, Asian, I got a close-knit circle. The rest of you motherfuckers that act like sheep, whatever. Do what you're going to do. Because it's going to come back and you're going to be fucked one day. I heard recently Candace Owens is giving up podcasting now. Who else am I going to be right about? And somebody, Myron, bro, you worse than the Hodge twins. You going to get it worst of all. Because you actively pissing me off. I could usually ignore you motherfuckers. The Hodge twins is on the fence. But you, Myron, you going to get it. Because Israel's being plummeted by other nations right now. And their little defense systems just got bombed after their nation caught on fire. Israel's headed for a very unfortunate set of events. America can't bail them out no more. Notice how this would normally be okay? America's being destroyed economically because their commander and dumbass, who's putting tariffs that go to the consumer because corporations don't take hits. When prices go up, they increase the prices. Trump's fixing the nation. He fixing y'all into hell. So, man, Mark Lamont Hill, I understand your fire, bro. I understand you get mad. But don't let these people get to you. That's their job. They have no power, no intellect, no wisdom, no real anything. And without Africa and the Middle East and Russia's power, they're about to fall. Yeah, that's why Trump's running his mouth so much. Usually the loudest one in the room is the one that don't know shit. Right? That's why in my room, I'm usually the only one. Except for my close friends and family. Because other people have been enslaved since birth and they don't have no goddamn sense whatsoever. None whatsoever. Anybody advocating for Trump right now is out of my debate circle. I don't talk to them. Anybody deep in Catholicism and Christianity, you look at my comments, they get their fucking feelings hurt real quick. And they're like, well, you're not everybody else. Why you told me to me? It's not safe space. As they go read about their gracious pig some more, rebuking the fuck out of his own holy people. That's not what happened. Yehohanan was amongst the priests that got murdered by Nero and these other psychopaths who y'all worship in y'all Catholic books. That's why everybody don't like Jewish people. And then what they're doing is after destroying the Jewish community, just like after they destroyed now I know what happened to Jewish people or whatever they're called. They getting beaten to the ground like African Americans. And then these weird psycho tethers in the news and media and Zionists, just like these black people in the news running, like playing the Owens and the Hodge twins. They're the ones that give validity while us real people are in the dirt. You will never catch me talking about real Semitic people. Real Muslims. Nice, kind ones. No, see what the problem with y'all is? There's Islam, Christianity, and Catholicism and Zionism. Christianity is Catholics. And what y'all need to realize is Semitic Jews, Semitic Muslims, and actual people who are Christian, American, whoever, that have good hearts, those are my people. I don't give a fuck about y'all institutions. Say the word to your heart's content. Because after they're done saying the N-word, they'll find something else to fucking fuck up. As they tell nobody to touch their lawn, be super technical when building homes and construction and everything else in their life. But when it comes to common sense, logic, and a spiritual world, not a fucking stone to stand on. Fucking morons. I told y'all anyway, say that. I told y'all anyway, say nigga. Who cares? Get it off your chest. Get out your chest. But one thing I will tell y'all, when every single thing in America crumbles because y'all didn't respect nobody else's culture, we ready for y'all to get online and keep crying some more.